It's now 18 to 4, Jazz Radio 94.1 FM, and it's time now to talk movies, and on the line is one of our great Australian actors, Ben Oxenbould. Ben, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
It's my pleasure, John. Thank you for having me.
Well, Ben, you started as a child actor and you've just kept on going. It's not often the case that people are able to make that transition, is it?
No, I think that's right. I think I certainly was very fortunate because I had a very a solid sort of family setting, and they all and friends, and they all kept me very, very grounded. And I think that after Fatty Finn, I just led a normal life. You know, I went and played football and did all the things that I would have normally done. So it was all sort of kept on a fairly level playing field.
Well, you got into comedy and appeared in that very funny and clever comedy series, Comedy Inc. That must have been great fun.
It was, you know, that was an absolute joy, and the same thing. They were an absolute stellar cast to work with, and a fantastic director, Dave McDonald. We had some great writers working for us as well, Rick Kalowski and Kevin Bumpton, and you know, great writers, great ideas, and also they were prepared to kind of push the boundaries a little bit, and you know, I think that comes across in the final product, and had a lot of really great reviews for Comedy Inc. and it's good because people still stop me in the street today and say, you know, I love this particular character, or I love this character, or you know, I've had people come and stop me in the street and do the sketches that we did almost word perfectly, you know, so that's a good indication that people enjoyed it. But certainly for me, it was just fantastic. I mean, you know, I made a lot of very good friends out of that series, but also, same thing, just learnt a lot, really honing your skills, and with such a variety of characters. Every day we were playing, you know, 5 or 6 different characters, so the observations of people become a lot more heightened, and your senses become a lot more heightened, and you know, they really are, they're priceless experiences, and certainly set you up, you know, for other roles.
Well, maybe that's helped you in some of your more recent roles, which has brought out a more serious side to your acting. You've been chased by a crocodile in Blackwater, and now in a brand new movie called Caught Inside, and that's just basically a surfing psychological thriller, and is set in Indonesia, and that brings out the really serious side, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, it really does, and you know, lovely for me because it's given me the opportunity to sort of, you know, move away from comedy and do something a little bit more serious. But I find that you know, really you're only half a step away, because a lot of comedy is kind of irony and tragedy. You know, we tend to laugh at those things, and playing such a serious role in Caught Inside, it was a big leap for me. It was a huge leap, but one that I embraced wholly and solely, and Adam Blakelock, the director, who wanted me to play the role, bless him for seeing something in me that he felt that he could unleash during the filming, and hopefully I've you know, done him proud.
Well, you filmed on a boat for about 4 weeks. That must have been quite a challenge, really. You obviously had to love surfing, I guess. That's
right. There was one thing that Adam did do was, when he was casting the film, he took all of the actors that he was casting for a surf to see how they could surf, because one of his pet hates is seeing a film where there's supposed to be surfing in it, and you see the actors just sitting in the water, and then it cuts away to them and it's supposed to be them surfing, and clearly it's not. And that was the one thing that he was really determined to achieve, was make sure that everyone was a capable surfer, and everyone was. Everyone could surf very well, and Pete Phelps, who plays the skipper, he's a fantastic surfer, and you know, he surfed on the northern beaches all his life, and you know, that was probably a little bit of a draw card for him to play the role, was, you know, the opportunity to get a few waves in as well, as it was for all of us. But obviously, certainly not the most important thing. But it does help that you can. I think it does help that you can get so deeply into the character, and there's nobody else is stepping in to do any part of the role for you. There's no stuntmen there. We did all of our own stunts, all our own fight scenes and surfing and so on, which, I don't know, I think it adds to the overall production, you know, to the final production. And being surrounded in that beautiful environment that we were in the Maldives, it was just, I mean, extraordinary. And the film was shot chronologically, which helped, but certainly being in that environment 24/7, I think really adds to the claustrophobic sort of nature of the film, and adds to the performances and to the overall product.
So what's next in store for Ben Oxenbould?
Well, look, My friends refer to me as the Scarlet Pimpernel because I tend to sort of up and go and do my own thing. I do a lot of work over in Nepal, and I'm hoping to get back there very soon. You know, it's funny. It's such a funny business, acting. You get on a bit of a roll, and things seem to be going very, very well, and then all of a sudden you find yourself out of work for 3 months or 4 months. It's kind of imperative that you have something else to occupy your time, and I really enjoy stepping away from that really serious side of an anxiety of worrying, when's my next job? Does anybody like me anymore? But I'm going to go, in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to go away for a couple of weeks and do nothing, and then come back and throw myself into the next project. So I'm doing a bit of writing with my brother, Jamie Oxenbould, as well, for a few things that we've sort of had planned over the last couple of years, and we're hoping that they'll come to fruit soon. So who knows? You kind of toss everything up in the air and see where it falls in this business, and hope that somebody comes along and says, yes, I enjoy what you do, I'd like to give you a job.
Well, look, I'm sure you're a very versatile actor. I'm sure you're going to get plenty of work over a long period of time, and we wish you every success with Caught Inside. It sounds like a great film. And
thank you, John.
It's great to talk to you, and we'll have to talk to you again soon sometime.
Absolutely, and thanks very much for having me, mate.
Absolute pleasure, Ben. Thanks very much. Thanks, John. That's Ben Oxenbould, who's starring in a great new Australian movie called Caught Inside. We have the very latest news, sport and weather coming up at the top of the hour, and it's 7 to 4.